Welcome to Jihoon and Edward's Quick Facts. Today we're gonna talk about Carlos E. Hughes and Korematsu versus United States. Let's talk about the Carlos E. Hughes first. He was a son of minister who immigrated from Wales and a precocious child and was also largely homeschooled. He had a photographic memory, was prodigiously rapid reader. Basically, he was a genius. He attended Madison University, now it called Colgate, and Brown University, graduating Phi Beta Kappa in 1881. He attended Columbia Law School, graduating first in his class in 1884. He practiced law in New York City, working in the Wall Street firm of Walter S. Carter for 18 years. In 1904, he won a popular reputation for honesty for his investigation of unfair practices by gas utilities and the insurance industry. In 1930, Hughes was nominated Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court by Herbert Hoover. He ruled on more than 40 Supreme Court cases 1930 through 1941. One of the landmark cases he ruled on was West Coast Hotel versus Parrish. It was in 1937. This case was about Washington state could or could not impose minimum wage regulation on private employers without violating the Constitution's 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court, in a decision written by Chief Justice Carlos E. Hughes, ruled that the minimum wage law did not violate the Constitution's 14th Amendment and Parrish was entirely to damage. As we said previously, he had a photographic memory and could read a paragraph at a glance, a treatise in an evening. These abilities made Hughes a formidable opponent at the bar. He practiced law for almost 30 years and contributed to his success as politician, judge, and negotiator. Now let's talk about Korematsu versus United States. 1944. Before we talk about this case, you need to know some historical background. At this time, World War II was going on around the world. Japan attacked the Pearl Harbor, which is America's territory. The US was going to have a war with Japan, but there were lots of Japanese Americans in the US. There was no way they could figure out these Japanese Americans are spy or not. In order to win the war, the US ordered Japanese Americans to move into internment camps during World War II, regardless of citizenship, by Executive Order 9066. At this point, Korematsu vs. United States case starts. Korematsu was one of the many Japanese American citizens, but he refused to go to the Japanese camp and decided to stay in San Bernardino, California. He argued that the Executive Order 1966 was unconstitutional and that it violates the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. He eventually was arrested and convicted. Korematsu challenged his conviction in the courts, saying that Congress, the President, and the military authorities did not have the power to issue the relocation orders and that he was being discriminated against based on his race. The government argued that evacuation was necessary to protect the country, and the federal appeals court agreed. Korematsu appealed this decision and the case came before the U.S. Supreme Court. The court agreed with government and stated that the need to protect the country was greater priority than the individual rights of the Japanese and Japanese Americans. But the decision in Korematsu versus United States has been very controversial. Korematsu's conviction for evading interment was overturned on November 10, 1983, after Korematsu challenged the earlier decision by filing for a writ of Quran novice. In a ruling by Judge Marlene Hall Patel, the United States District Court for the Northern District of California granted the writ because in Korematsu's original case, the government had knowingly submitted false information to the Supreme Court that had a material effect on Supreme Court decision. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you want more information, subscribe our account. Thank you.